justice and peace and equality. Now the world they will see.
All right. Game Changers Magazine, Game Changers Media Network, Voices of the Village podcast. Again, where change starts with conversation.
Absolutely.
I cannot stress it enough. Change starts with conversation, and if we're not having a dialogue, we're not getting anything accomplished.
Absolutely.
And we're leaving with misunderstanding. We're leaving with confusion. Mm-hmm. We're leading with assumption. Right. We're leaving with, a diabolical mind,
Right.
So we got Mishael White, candidate for District 81. Shout out, man.
Yeah.
Shout out, man. You definitely got a race ahead of you. Mm-hmm. You definitely got, it's a mountain to climb, but hey, we built for this,
Absolutely, yeah.
Now, you're challenger. You're challenger. She's been in office 2 years, doing the thing. A lot of people saying she did what she said she was going to do. How would you overcome that obstacle?
Well, that's one of the problems. She did do what she said she was going to do, which is stand in full support of Trump's disastrous policies that we can see from many of the polling isn't popular. Not even with her base or with Republicans.
Okay.
And so that is part of the problem. Now, in terms of my opponent, I think she's a great person. Mm-hmm. I think she's a great resident of Henry County. But I just think she would be better suited for the community as an activist.
Yes.
And let someone else do the actual representing of the district, because as a state representative, you are not there to support and represent Donald Trump. You're there to support the people of District 81 and the things that they care about.
Okay.
So I'm looking to go ahead and push her back into the activist lane, and we're going to get that done in 2026.
Man, but it's crazy because I understand what you're saying, not running out the activism with Donald Trump. Because, we want people who represent what the climate is in Georgia. And, us at Voice of the Village, we're only informing people. So I don't want you guys to get it in tune like, hey, man, we guys are pro-Democrat, we're pro-Republican. I want to say this because it's so many people that will make assumptions and they will make statements and saying that we're pushing some type of agenda, but our job is to keep people informed and in the know.
Absolutely.
And the one thing that I want to say is how do we negate that with someone who's pushing a Trump policy on a local level when we had Trump just endorse candidate for governor Burt Jones?
Absolutely. Again, it's going back to what I was talking about.
Okay.
From what I understand, Mr. Burt Jones is a member of the 1%.
Wow.
And no matter how great your carefully crafted governor rollout is to make you look like you're an everyday regular person, we know you're not. So you don't understand what those kitchen table issues are that regular people have to think about and what they care about every day when they get up and go out here to work.
Okay.
And again, that's not to besmirch candidate Burt Jones for his success.
Right.
That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that there are more people like you and I.
Yes.
Than there are people like him.
Yes.
And so we're talking about, a governor who's going to represent the people.
Yes.
Well, then we know what it is. One thing we do know is that Donald Trump and his policies and his positions are out of touch with the mainstream of American society. If what I'm saying isn't true, why do you have to gerrymander before the 2026 midterms?
Yes.
It's because and the Republican Party knows that they're out of touch.
Correct.
And that people are way beyond upset.
Yes.
You see, and so at this point, I don't think getting an endorsement from Donald Trump is a great thing. I don't think it's a good thing.
I'm with you.
I don't think that. I think if you look at the writing on the wall, then it speaks for itself. And then if you look at just overall where the economy is trending, it's not good. There seems to be emerging signs and signals of a recession that may be a deep recession. And
Yes.
so again, Donald Trump's policy, like you mentioned, they say my opponent did what she said she was going to do, but Donald Trump didn't do what he said he was going to do.
He said he was going to do.
He hasn't reduced costs.
Yeah.
He hasn't made America great again.
Okay.
He hasn't even secured the border.
Right.
The only thing he's accomplished doing is, it appears, is enriching himself and looking out for his billionaire friends and having a very public fallout with Elon Musk. That's it.
Come on, man. And I'm definitely 100% with you. When we talk about the state of the nation, we got a lot of disgruntled seniors. We got a lot of our seniors are
going to be are going to really be up against it if Georgia and Governor Kemp aren't able to figure out a way to kind of mitigate some of this reduced funding that's coming from the federal government. So we'll have to see. And one of the things I am going to be doing here in September, I'm going to be going door to door and talking to our seniors and telling them about the effects of this big disastrous bill that Donald Trump has passed, and against the will of the American public. Like, if you look at all of the public polling on this bill, it's wildly unpopular, and yet they still forced it through.
Definitely.
You see, and so our seniors need to know what's the forecast for them and the things that they've come to expect. And look, again, this is, for me, I take it back to the Bible. It says, "Honor thy father and mother." And so that's one of our mandates as a community, is to look after our seniors and our elderly and make sure that in their twilight years they don't have to worry about choosing between medical care, their prescription drug costs, and having food on the table and keeping a roof over their head.
Man,
we should not put our elders and our seniors in that situation.
Man, I am 200% with you. I'm all there.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to cutting funding, one of the group of class of people who are suffering is the Medicaid right now. You know, what is your plan to fight for your constituents who are looking for, health care is quality of life, health care, education, and economic development. We know that.
Well, this is, and now when people ask me, well, why are you running as a Democrat? Why are you a Democrat? Well, it's because I do fundamentally believe that the Democratic Party platform is geared more towards people who will be affected by what you were just mentioning: working people, elderly people, people on Medicaid, people in our society that would be considered the least of these. What I can do in my official capacity, once elected to the state legislature, is work in conjunction with my colleagues, Democrats, and even Republicans who may be moderate or who agree that we should be making sure our seniors and our elderly are being taken care of, and passing legislation that seeks to do that.
Gotcha.
Now, again, because of we have the elephant in the room of this reduced funding from the federal government.
Yes.
Who's to say how it could play out or what can happen? Again, for me, when it comes down to legislation, the way that I vote, it's going to fundamentally reflect the constituents of my district. But it's going to come down to language of how these bills are written. What's the objective, and what is going to be the projected effect of that legislation.
Correct.
But one thing I can guarantee voters is that I'm going to go there every day thinking about them and fighting for them, not kowtowing to party politics.
Gotcha.
And not kowtowing to corporate interests. Man. I think there's been too much of that.
Most definitely, man.
Absolutely.
I am 200% with you on that. Now, another important issue that's coming up is the mortality rate in Georgia. Georgia's 9th in the United States when it comes to women's mortality and childbirth, and you taking on the initiative to partner with Connect and Henry
Absolutely.
in that initiative. Tell us the state of where we are in Georgia.
Well, this was something that I found out about last year.
Okay.
That Georgia's maternal mortality rate is exorbitantly high. It's the 9th highest in the nation. Now, one of the things that Governor Kemp likes to assert is, which it may be true, it is true, that Georgia is number one for business, but it's not number one for families. That's the problem, Governor. It's not number one for families. It's not number one for children, and it's not number one for seniors. It's not number one for nursing and expecting mothers.
Correct.
And when you look at the maternal mortality rate and the data, we know that it disproportionately affects women of color, namely black women, and even white women in rural communities.
Okay.
And so if you look at what's happening with, again, the defunding from this big, beautiful bill, what do we think that's going to do to that maternal mortality rate? It's going to make another obstacle.
Yes.
Instead of giving women and families opportunities to be able to, look, in the 21st century, a woman should not be going into childbirth with the prospect of facing death.
Absolutely.
If we can figure out how to put a man on the moon, we can figure out how to make childbirth safe.
Correct.
The only reason why we haven't done it is because we haven't prioritized it.
Absolutely.
And so, again, just as look, I have a wife. We have 6 children.
Yes.
And, glory be to God, she had all of her pregnancies were simple, natural birth, no complications.
Okay.
But what about women who aren't as fortunate as her and died?
Yeah.
And when you look at the maternal mortality rate, it just comes down to the fact that there aren't resources being allocated.
Correct.
And again, because we don't see this on the news, we don't see it on TV.
Okay.
It's not really in our consciousness like that.
Right.
But it's a major issue. A lot of it is coming from women hemorrhaging to death. Some of it has to do with domestic violence.
Okay.
Some of it has to do with substance abuse.
Yeah.
And so we have to have strategies in place to mitigate this issue. Definitely. No more dead mothers. And look, on my watch as state representative, I'm gonna fight for that. Something that I care about. If you look at it, I love children.
Yes.
So I want to make sure that we're taking care of.
Gotcha.
Of our mothers, and that was the impetus for us collaborating with Connecting Henry, Barbara Coleman, Mayor Sandra Vincent, even the National Parents Union. We're going to have Brother Jason Allen is going to be in attendance, and so we're just bringing people together.
Okay.
From all walks of life, nonpartisan, to, like you said, what you said, voices of the village. Solutions start with conversation.
It definitely does.
So we're going to have that conversation with experts and regular everyday people, so we can formulate solutions. One of the things that we want to do is we want to make sure we're allocating funding for doulas.
Yeah.
And midwives.
Okay.
Because again, as I stated, when you look at the maternal mortality rate, especially in rural areas, which much of my district is rural,
definitely,
it's because of hemorrhaging, where these women are basically just bleeding to death.
Wow.
And so if we have funding for doulas and midwives, well, that can be a way to mitigate that. And look, even if you look at all these hospitals that have been closing, that has an effect. See, all this stuff is connected. We are on an island, and so when you see less money being allocated for Medicare, Medicaid, when you see hospitals having to shutter their doors or reduce services, then we're going to see a precipitous climb in the rate of the maternal mortality, because we aren't making those investments in hospitals and healthcare services.
It's so funny how you correlated, Georgia's number one in business, but it's not number one in family, and the mortality rate with childbirth, it all sets the tone. Are we putting emphasis on full throttle households and back to the village again, mom, dad, brother, sister, grandmama, you know, what are we living in that village? And we saying, you know, it's almost like, guys, we get a girl pregnant, it's the baby mama. It's like, it's the whole, the mentality trickles all the way down into the community that it wants to affect. Man, this thing's so deep. We got to start paying attention, man. And
you know, absolutely. I'm a big proponent of family values.
Okay.
I'm a big proponent of men assuming responsibility for who they choose to impregnate.
Yes.
And taking care of their children.
Okay.
And again, on the other side of it, it's investing in our workforce and our labor force. Look, one of the issues that's affecting the maternal mortality rate, and I mentioned this, is domestic violence.
Yes.
If you look at the data, pregnant black women are more likely to be harmed by their mate than other groups of women. Wow. And a lot of that is because of the economics. It's like James Carville was said in the 90s, it's the economy, stupid.
Yes.
And so we have to have programs where we're investing in the development of workforce, where you don't have to go to a 4-year university to be able to make a doggone living.
Man, you better say it.
Right? You shouldn't have to take on $100,000 in school debt for you to be able to put food on the table and take care of your baby mama,
most definitely,
or your wife if you want to marry. And see, these are the types of, because of the policies that's being pushed, especially under MAGA. These are the types of positions that people are being forced to take.
Yes,
it's un-American and it's counterproductive, and all of the data shows this. At the end of the day, it's socioeconomic, and so we have to be willing to invest in the people.
Man, 100% with you. Campaign coming up 2026.
Absolutely.
Tell us anything you would like to share with the people about your campaign, how they can support your campaign.
Right.
You know, all the things that you're doing between now and I believe it's November to get you across the line.
Well, look, I'm going to be out and about in the community.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, they have Tunnel to Towers coming up this Saturday. I'm going to be out there, have representation out there, you know, giving out free water to people. Man. You know, being in front of them, letting them know that I'm a part of this community. I'm committed to representing and fighting for them. We have the Maternal Mortality Town Hall September 27th at 10 a.m. at Victory Tabernacle Church.
Okay.
That's going to be a great event, coming together to come up with solutions to address that issue.
Okay.
October 25th, I'm having my campaign kickoff.
Hey.
Right there at Manuel's Tavern in DeKalb County. You know, come out, donate to the campaign.
Okay.
Listen, if you hear this podcast and you believe in what I'm saying and you like the cut of my jib and what I'm saying is resonating, get in touch with me. Email me at Mishael White, 4, Georgia at gmail.com. We need volunteers. We need people who would be willing to phone bank. We need people who would be willing to donate to this effort, because we fully intend on flipping this seat in 2026.
Correct.
And God willing, we're going to get it done. Now look, I know people have become accustomed to a certain type of politics in this climate. And the thing that I want them to know is, even though I'm a everyday working Joe, I have more to offer.
Yes.
And look, you know, it's going to be a rigorous campaign with my opponent. You know, she's a politician. I'm sure she has political aspirations, but we know what politicians do.
Yes, yes.
Me, I'm just a truck driver. And we know what truck drivers do.
Yes, sir.
We deliver.
Yes.
So when I tell you I'm going to get it done, I'm going to get it done.
I'm going to get it done, man. What, you know, I was just getting ready to ask you, man, what's your message to the hardworking man? But you already said, right, we deliver. We deliver. you know how you know I'm gonna do what I say I'm gonna do, because I've been doing it my whole career. Man, I appreciate that, man. Any shout outs you would like to give to any local businesses, any local partnerships? Showtime Kitchen and Lounge, come check us out. You know, we have on Saturday we have the spades tournament. We just had one
Sunday is a good turnout. You know, great food, great atmosphere. We always have something going on. So come check us out. And to all of the people out there, District 81, holla at your boy. Let's get it done.
Man, you guys, thank you for tuning in. Mishael White, candidate for District 81, House District 81, man. You make sure you guys go out and you support. Follow his campaign. How can we follow your campaign online?
You can check me out at Facebook, Mishael White for Georgia.
Okay.
Or you can check me out on Instagram, Mishael White for Georgia. And again, you want to send me an email, it's Mishael White. That's MISHAELWHITE, the number 4, Georgia, @gmail.com.
Man, thank you for taking the time out to come on our show. Thank you for all you're doing in the community. We're going to be following your campaigning. We're going to be keeping you guys in touch on what's going on with candidate Mishael White for House District 81 of Georgia. Thank you guys for tuning in. You can tune in every Wednesday. Game Changers Media Network, Game Changers Magazine, Voices of the Village podcast, where change starts the conversation.
Justice and peace and equality. Now the world they will see.